Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Tonight I'm doing another video of Edit With Me, and I know I haven't done one of these in a couple of weeks, and as usual I'm so sorry. I've just tried to get everything finished for my business course that I was doing, so now that that's out of the way I can focus on YouTube and photography, of course. So yeah, tonight is going to be the fourth video, I think, in the Edit With Me series, and I'm trying to do this kind of on a weekly basis at the moment. It's not really happening weekly, it's more like every second week, but hopefully I can kind of get it going weekly, maybe one a week. It just depends though, because I am getting quite a few requests at the moment, so I like to do the requests as well. But not only that, I do have some other videos in the works that I'm looking at doing, also kind of a little bit of vlogging. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to go with that though. So, but just to let you guys know as well, my beauty channel at the moment really is just kind of dead, and there's a reason for that. So, pretty much within the first couple of months of starting that, I kind of realized how difficult it was to kind of keep up with two really different channels, especially with the beauty side of things. Like, it's fun when I have time. It is fun for a while, but after a while I think I just kind of got tired of it and it was becoming a bit of a chore, so I sort of decided to stop that while it wasn't a growing channel or anything. I just kind of decided to stop that because I really, photography is my main thing, and that's what I want to focus on, and I do want to focus on this channel more than anything. So I would prefer to just stick with photography at the moment. Who knows, one day I might decide to get that back up and running, but at this stage, I don't know, I'm just kind of not into it. Probably a bit silly of me to start it, but I think I didn't realize how much work and effort beauty gurus actually put into those videos, because that stuff takes a lot of time to film. So yeah, hats off to them, but for me, I think I'll just stick to photography for now. So yeah, anyway, this is the new Edit With Me video, and I've got another few topics to talk about tonight. So in the comments section below after this video, please feel free to add any topics that you want me to talk about or any questions that you have, because I will add them to my next Edit With Me video or the one after. So anyway, the first topic tonight, I'll just share with you guys what this photo is and what I'm doing with it. So this photo was taken recently on a shoot in Sydney with an agency model. She was quite young and she was such a lovely girl and really, really good for her first time modeling. So yeah, it was a great shoot, and yeah, we had fun. And yeah, this was a really natural kind of shoot. I didn't want any makeup really as such, just very, very minimal. And yeah, so I've already edited this photograph, but I'm going to do a different edit on it today, just for fun, I guess, just to experiment. So anyway, the first topic I'm going to talk about today is going to be my favorite photographers, because I was asked that question in a recent video, and I thought it would be a good time to answer it, because I haven't really shared with you guys who my inspirations are as such for photography. And I mean, there are so many out there. I really couldn't tell you every single photographer that has inspired me, because there's just way too many out there. But anyway, I may as well just kind of start from the beginning as to who my first favorite photographer ever was. And that was actually Lara Jade. And a lot of you have probably heard of Lara Jade before. She's a fashion and portrait photographer, I think originally based in the UK, but I'm pretty sure she's in America now. But yeah, she was originally my inspiration for fashion photography, because she started off doing a lot of conceptual photography, which I was just totally drawn in by. I thought her conceptual works were awesome. And that's why I wanted to do photography in the first place. Like, I was just so drawn in by her concepts. I wanted to do my own. She's basically the reason I started photography, because I remember seeing her works on DeviantArt maybe in 2006, 2007. Yeah, and I just totally, I loved them pretty much from the start. So, and then she slowly kind of evolved her work into more, I guess, fashionable pieces, and started doing fashion photography. And I think that was what really showed me how versatile fashion photography can be, and that you can have conceptual work in fashion photography. And I just always loved her style. She's a huge inspiration for me. I think pretty much always has been. And another one that's in the same boat as Lara pretty much for me was, this is really embarrassing. I'm not going to try and pronounce her name because I know I'll butcher it. But she was widely known as Zemotion on DeviantArt, and I will list her name below because that's just too embarrassing for me to try and pronounce. I know it'll sound terrible coming from me. But yeah, she has amazing work, and at such a young age, like, I think the thing that inspired me, oh God, what's happening? My computer's really slow tonight. And I think the main thing that really inspired me with both of these photographers is the fact that they were so young when they started out, and they had success at such a young age, and it kind of just made me think, wow, if they can do it, hopefully I could too. But not only that, like the works that they produced, like, I had expected that, I guess, to come from someone a lot older or more experienced in photography, and when I saw that these girls were so young when they started out, I think that really like inspired me to kind of get going with my own photography works. But not only that, they were so their works were just so beautiful, and yeah, they were so creative. I think that's what I loved about it, and the fact that they were doing it at such a young age too. But yeah, so them pretty much my original inspirations for starting photography, I would have to say. I do have other favourite photographers, and a few of those photographers are Max Doyle. So he has done quite a bit of work for Vogue Australia, and I just love his works. I think they're just the epitome of beautiful fashion portraits, and yeah, I really like his stuff. And Kirsty Mitchell, she's another one of my favourite photographers, purely based on her project, Wonderland, because I think she started that after her mother died, and it was just an amazing project that she did, and so much effort. You could just tell so much effort was put into those images, and I would love to do a project like that one day where I can really work on it for years and keep going with it. And I think she just did such a brilliant job of that project, and purely from that she became one of my favorite photographers. So she's definitely one that's up there. And another one is Sue Bryce, and she's not so much a fashion photographer as such. She's done fashion works, but she's definitely doing a lot more of the glamour side of things, and working with more mature aged women, and just doing really beautiful conceptual images with them. And she's not just one of my favourite photographers for that part, because I have actually gone to one of her, it wasn't so much a workshop, it was more like a seminar when she was in Sydney, and I went to one of those a few years back, and she was just so knowledgeable. Like, I found like I learnt so much just from going to that one day seminar, and she was so business smart as well with her photography. And that's one thing that I feel I've always struggled with, is, trying to market yourself and trying to get yourself out there, because it is not easy, especially when there's so many people doing the same thing as you, and you need to stand out. But she was just so knowledgeable on that side of things, and it's really interesting to see, because a lot of photographers don't like to talk about the business side of things, I guess, so much, but she was more than willing to share what she had learnt. And yeah, it was just really interesting to listen to, and she produces, amazing works of art as well, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, they're just some of my favourite photographers, the main inspirations, I think, for a lot of my work. Over the last few years, I haven't been getting as inspired, if I'm being completely truthful, because I've just not been I guess up to date with a lot of newer photographers and what they've been doing. I think I've been trying so much to focus on my own work at times that you just kind of, I don't know, forget to try and be inspired sometimes. And yeah, I would like to find more photographers out there that are really interesting and that have a lot going for them with their work. So yeah, if you guys know any interesting photographers out there, definitely let me know in the comments section below, because I'm always, after a bit of inspiration. And yeah, I think it's always, oh, that's my phone. I think it's always quite motivating when you see other people's work, and it really does inspire you, because you're like, oh, I've got to do better with my work, or I want to do something interesting with my work. I want to do something better with it. So yeah, I always like finding inspiration that way. But yeah, they're my main influences, I would say. And my other topic that I was going to talk about tonight was my travel plans. So I am currently booked to go on a trip. God, it's nearly 2 weeks away now. So yeah, only 2 weeks. And I'm booked to go on a trip to Singapore and Hong Kong. And Singapore and Hong Kong are like two of my favorite cities that I've ever visited. I think I've been to Hong Kong, this will be my 5th time. And I've been to Singapore about 3 or 4 times. I think this might be my 4th. So yeah, I love those cities so much. And my boyfriend Dan will be coming with me, and he's never been to Asia. So it'll be definitely awesome for him to see like how different these places are, to Sydney and to Australia. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. I do have a photo shoot booked at this stage in Singapore, so I'm hoping to do a little bit of vlogging over there if you guys are interested in seeing that, and maybe show you guys what I get up to on the photo shoot. And yeah, we're hoping to do quite a bit of photography over there, so hopefully I can do quite a bit of vlogging and show you guys what we get up to. But yeah, just let me know if you guys want to see more of that sort of stuff, because at the moment I haven't really been posting that so much, like vlogs and behind the scenes stuff, so I might sort of try and get more of that up for you guys, but we'll see what happens. I have actually just ordered a Canon G7X, so I'm pretty excited to receive that, hopefully in the next day or so. But yeah, I wanted to get a new camera that wasn't going to be an SLR and really heavy, and wasn't going to be too expensive. I did look at the Sony point and shoot cameras, and they did look quite nice, but unfortunately I just could not afford some of the ones that they had on the market at the moment. And the G7X, for the price that it was and how well it seemed to be rated, I found that was going to be probably the best choice for me at the moment. But all I needed was really something that was going to do a lot better video on it in case I did want to vlog, and not only that, just for taking normal snaps, so I don't have to carry around my SLR all day when I'm traveling, because that does get heavy after a while. And with my phone, I was using my video on my phone for a long time, and yeah, that just wasn't really working out, because it was filling up my phone too much with video clips, and it was just too much, I think. So I just really needed that separate point and shoot camera, I think, to travel with. But yeah, so hopefully that's going to be good. That should arrive in the next day or so, I'm hoping. But yeah, so I'm very excited to go back to Singapore and Hong Kong, and very excited to do some photography over there. Okay, my last topic tonight will be on why I shoot RAW, because I get asked this question a fair bit, and there are many reasons why I shoot RAW, but the main reasons, and it's pretty simple, the main reasons are because RAW will just retain a lot more quality in the images over JPEG. It's pretty much as simple as that, and by a lot I mean a lot. There's just more versatility with RAW. Yeah, there's just so many more ways you can bring back detail into RAW images over JPEG, so especially in overexposed or underexposed conditions, or if you've accidentally taken something too over or underexposed, it's just, oh my god, RAW is the best. So I would totally recommend everyone to shoot on RAW. I didn't shoot RAW for a very long time, and I kind of regret it now, because I look back at some of my photos and how much more quality they could have had if I just shot RAW. So I would definitely recommend all photographers to do that. I can probably do a more detailed video on why RAW is probably a better option, but I mean, that's up to you guys. If you're interested in seeing that, just let me know. But I'm sure there's probably a lot of other videos that you guys would probably prefer to see at the moment anyway, especially like pricing videos, which I keep saying I'm going to get up soon. But yeah, hopefully that will be up soon. Anyway guys, I'm just playing around with tones here at the moment. And while we're on the subject of travel, I guess, with this video, let me know in the comments section below what your favourite places are to travel to in the world, because that's always interesting to hear. And I'm really wanting to travel a lot more in the next few years and do a little bit more on that side of things, but depends if I've got the money. Traveling is not always the cheapest thing to do, so yeah. Okay, I think I'm nearly finished with this one actually. It's kind of similar to the original edit I did on it, but that's alright. I'm kind of liking this anyway. I like where it's going. I think I kind of like that. I'm just going to do a before and after now. So this was the before, and that's the after. I think I'm pretty happy with that. The only thing that's annoying me right now is this hair. This is the question I have to ask myself sometimes. Do I go to the effort and remove that whole hair, or is it going to look really over-edited if I do that? I guess I can take the time to do it. Why not? I'm not really doing anything else at the moment. Okay. So, I'm going to do this very carefully, just with the clone tool. Sometimes, this is like, I think my least favorite part of retouching. It's hair. It has to be hair. Like, it's just so frustrating, especially on like those windy days. And like, don't get me wrong, wind can look really good in photographs. I think a little bit is fine. It's cool. It adds a bit of movement. But on the days where you really don't want it to be windy, and when you have a specific hairstyle that you're going for, and it's usually, you know, it doesn't involve any movement, and then you get the stray hairs, it's hell for retouching. It really is. It's so annoying when the hairs go over the eye as well, because the eye is like the worst place. You have to try and clone it out really carefully. Alright guys, so I've finally finished removing that hair. It was a pain in the butt. Yeah, I just cut that out because it really did take like a good 10 to 15 minutes, which I didn't think would be too interesting for this video, so I just cut that out. Hope you guys don't mind. So I'm just going to do a full before and after of the image right now. So this is the before, and this is the after. So I'll just zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a bit better. So before and after. Alright guys, so as I said before, if you have any sort of questions or topics that you would like me to talk about in upcoming videos, then please let me know. I'm always after topics to talk about. I'm always kind of afraid that I'm talking about really boring topics for like an hour or so, or half an hour, or however long these videos go for. But yeah, please let me know guys. If there's anything you want to know, please list it in the comments section below. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching as usual, and I'll see you next time.